welcome back to the channel. I'm Jason. It's Wednesday. What did you buy? What's in the box? It's one of those Wednesdays. Got Joe doing what did you buy Wednesday, and then you got Woody doing what's in the box Wednesday. Both of those are great channels. Go check them out if you haven't already. And do a Wednesday video. Show us what you got. Show us what's in the box. Just have fun with it. That's the main thing. So let's get through that intro, and then we'll get into what we picked up. Be right back. Alrighty, so I told you in my last video that for Father's Day I ordered a couple kits. You gotta order a couple kits to get qualify. You know, I think it's like 50-60 bucks, something like that, and then you get free shipping. So they had their 15% discount for Father's Day code, and I showed you the Dodge like race hauler thing that I picked up. So there's another one here that I could not like get in time when the hobby shops got it. I'm like off sync. So I try to support all my local hobby shops first and foremost before I order. And this here is another one that I wanted to have. I have the other version, the AMT, or not the AMT, the MPC version. Yeah, that's MPC, right? Yeah, that's the MPC version. But this is the same kit. But I like some of my Coca-Cola stuff. I really do. I've got some old die-cast Coca-Cola stuff that's down in the basement. But I really wanted to get this. And the main reason why I wanted this is because I knew that this was going to be out too. So both of these box arts are phenomenal box arts, and I love the Willys. And then on both of these boxes, they even show the Willys and the truck together. So, you know, I thought, well, this is the time to do it. This is the time to get this kit, these kits. I don't know that I'm going to build these kits, to be honest with you. I know I've not said that much on here as far as like buying kits and then just putting them away like this and keeping them for a rainy day. But these two are definitely, that's where I'm sitting with these kits at the moment. I really, if I was to build them, they're going to be just like the box art. So I probably would leave everything that's in the kit on these things and try and do them as Coca-Colas to have on the shelf or in the case. But for right now, it was just one of those knee-jerk things. It's something that I kind of wanted, but I don't really need, but I wanted. And then I figured, well, I haven't been able to track them down at the hobby shop. I was placing the order. This qualified me for the free shipping. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm sure they're both go together very nice. I'm kind of excited to have them, and we'll just see what happens. Who knows? Maybe I will start a for 2027. I might start a Coca-Cola group build, meaning that you got to use one of the Coca-Cola kits. So I've kind of thought about it for a couple months now, about, you know, something that everybody would really dig, because the Coca-Cola kits, there's lots of different Coca-Cola kits out there. But I'd want to think about, you know, if we're going to do, how we're going to do that. Does it have to be the kit, or would it have to be painted with Coca-Cola theme, or even just did Coke products or whatever. But I'll think about it here, and be kind of watching out for that. If I start it, it will probably be sometime around Christmas time. I'd probably start it and maybe only have it go for like 3-4 months, something like that. And the object is to have fun. It wouldn't be to have, like show quality cars. If you want to build show quality cars, you can, but just have fun. Kind of do a slump buster thing. Um, the zombie thing is just not really taken off as well as I thought it would. I figured more people would really want to get those things that are half started, 3/4 started, whatever, and get them done. I love it. I've gotten a few of them done over the past year, and I've got another one on the bench now that I'm working on. So it is what it is. So I think for next year, I'll probably, we'll see what happens. For sure, probably do the Dragon Drive again. I'm really considering this Coca-Cola group build, and then I'm sure Kenny and I will do the A-Body Buddy build next year. I got to discuss that with Kenny, and then we'll see what happens with the zombie deal. Alrighty, so the second half of this video is the community question that Tiffany over at the Dirt Road Cinderella channel had asked. It's probably a little over a week ago, and at first I thought, it's a great question, but then it's harder for me to answer in some ways because I've always been a person that knows what I want. I know what, how, where, and kind of come up with a plan on how I'm going to try and achieve that goal. But I will honestly tell you that I think now I agree with what she's saying. You change as you get older. Your interests change and all that stuff. For me, I became very sentimental. There's a lot of things that I really have tried to collect model-wise that I had when I was a kid, and there's still quite a few kits, and the more I've hung out with people that I've met here, the more these people have brought light to some of the kits that then I remembered the kits or what they were called or who made them and some of the fine details. So then it allows me then to put out those searches on eBay or whatever, or just check shows. Going to shows is the best place. So but for me, I will tell you one is that I'm a very old soul. Even when I was 15, and I hated the Dusters. I absolutely hated the Plymouth Dusters, the Demons. Hated those damn things. And then, of course, 73 was the change. That car with the peaked nose. It kind of stole some of the grill stylings, I'd say, from like the Aspens. And they were not very desirable. And my whole intention with buying my Black Duster was I bought it from a buddy of mine. I thought it didn't run when I bought it. It was stuffed in a chicken coop. I thought, well, this is a good price. It's in my price range. I could buy this car. I still had like $500 in my pocket. I could throw some parts at it, try and get it running. Put the motor. The motor was like half a part inside of it. Get that back together. Flush out the systems, put new fluid in it, and just get it up and running and driving again. The car was kind of known in the area, and I thought, well, being it's kind of known, if I get it running, clean it up a little bit, maybe I can just flip it, make a few $100, and then buy another one, flip it. That was kind of a big thing back then. There was some other friends of mine that were flipping cars, and then basically you can earn some money and then get something that you really desire. For me, it was all the 60s cars. There was not a lot of cars in the 70s that I really liked. Body style wise, the biggest one that I liked was the 70 Cuda. Same with the GMs. The GMs, the Fords. A lot of the 70s stuff just did not do it for me. I liked all the 60s and older cars. That was my thing, hanging out with Pops and all his buddies. My old man, was always over at different car guys. They all had the older cars. the newest stuff they had was, you know, the 60s, mid to upper 60s. So, but when I bought my Duster, I started to fall in love with it. Now, you know, all these years go by, and I own two Dusters in my life, and the other one is just like this. And I had a gold Duster, like the picture there. It was just like the picture, other than mine, the paint was quite a bit faded, being it sat outside. But it looked just like that. The hubcaps, the half vinyl roof, the interior color, everything about it was identical to that. One of those pictures is an AI generated picture. And six banger inline six. Car drove really, really well. Drove it around for a little while as an everyday driver. Really cool car. My brother also had a 73 Duster, and basically when we started to race these cars and play with these cars, we needed parts. And in that time, it was cheaper to buy those cars and part them out. And to this day, I still kick myself in the ass for parting that Gold Duster out. And when I think back to some of the dumb decisions that I made, is I just said, well, it's a six-cylinder car. Who gives a crap about a six-cylinder car? I mean, that was the thing you think about as a young man that's, you know, worried about what kind of ponies, you know, is at the tip of your gas pedal. So, looking back on it, I think, man, that was stupid. That was a good car. We parted it out, then we scrapped the rest of it. You know, my dad was just livid because we gutted that thing and it was sitting in his backyard. He was pissed. But it wasn't a good decision. The the funny thing that this past weekend, cleaning out some of the garages and stuff, I ran into the hood for the Gold Duster, and I have a fender from the Gold Duster yet. Yeah, I should have never did it. I should have never parted it out. I should have just kept it, left it alone, kept maintaining it. But it's one of those shoulda, woulda, couldas. The fact is, you know, then you get married, you end up having kids, you got a family, other stuff like the go-karts, you know, came about, and you know, you start selling stuff off to pay for other stuff that you want to do. And now I'm at that stage of my life, like Tiffany says, you change, your interests change. Now I'm trying to find some of this stuff that I had, and be able to reproduce what I had and put on the shelf as far as models, or one-to-one cars. I've watched for over 10 years for Gold Dusters, and you just don't see them that much anymore. Same thing with the Feather Duster. So definitely someday, I'll probably try and find a file or something to do those wheels, like those hubcaps, and excuse me, and then make a model of it at least. I owe it that now with all this, you know, the six banger motors that are out there as far as files. I just got to find a deal for the hubcap and then figure out how I'm going to do that snakeskin vinyl top that it had, that textured top on it. But yeah, I hope that answers the question that Tiffany put out there. I think it was a great question. For her, I totally understand. I was in the same thing. I mean, I was taught American. There's some JDM stuff that I really like, but it's older. It's much older stuff. A lot of the newer JDM stuff I think is all garbage. But the older stuff is what I really like. The 70s and older JDM stuff, that stuff is pretty cool. But kit-wise, some of that stuff's kind of hard to come by. Probably be a Plaza Japan type deal. So I know there's a couple kits that I've would like to have bodies, and I don't think they're made. Alrighty, well, I think that's gonna do it. Like I said, if you like this content, give me a like, give me a subscribe, uh, leave me a comment. I appreciate all the comments. It looks like the Nova and the Roadrunner were a battle going all the way through it. I'm gonna do a count total on the votes from that video on which one I'm gonna pick for the 48-hour group build, because I want to definitely get all my stuff ready. If I decide to put different motor in it or something like that, I want to be able to get those parts printed. I think I have enough parts here probably from VCG resins that I can use for the 48-hour group build. Last I checked, it looked like the Nova was winning. So there's a few people that messaged me an email. I'm going to check that as well. So thank you again for watching this stuff. Hopefully we'll have some updates on some builds. We have definitely made some progress in the last few days, which has been very exciting. It's always cool to start seeing more steps done to the builds, and I definitely will get them all situated here, and then we'll go through and catch you up on probably 2 or 3 builds. So but it's been fun. Talk to you all later. See ya. Bye bye.